Digital media. Digital media now is something which we cannot deny its importance and its impact on our life in general and in shaping the image of a nation. And here we are going to mention one of the examples which took place recently, the visit of Mr. Beast, this very famous blogger, to the pyramids area, and how he really acted as an ambassador for Egypt. And with the millions of followers and the millions who watched his videos, I think this can be a turning point. What are the most important elements? What are the most important positive things of this visit? This is something we are going to discuss together with our dear guest, Dr. Wael Badawy, our AI professor. Thank you very much for being with us, sir.
Thank you, and nice to have you.
Let's start immediately with Mr. Beast's visit. And how do you see this, as I said, something which can be as a turning point with using digital media?
The experiment of Mr. Beast, and we have to call it experiment because it's one of its kind, it's first time, it positioned Egypt in front of the digital audience, and it is basically the youth. The mature part of our society already know about Egypt from so many other venues. Having established the activities as it's a wonder of 100 hours inside the pyramids to reveal secrets, it created anxiety, and people were actually looking at and waiting to see it. And once it was released, it was 1 million by the hour follower and watching these particular videos. We always say it's not only the YouTube host, it's also all the media which came after it. Like all the Newsweek, all the large organizations, the large newspaper, all of them actually produce images and snippets out of this particular YouTube video. In addition to different TV outlets. So this was one of its kind, and we hope, or we ask the government to try to replicate the same approach in different areas in Egypt.
But sir, do you think that this experience, or this experiment as you've kindly named it, is directed to a special age category?
It's directed to specific category of viewers who consumes media over YouTube and social media, not to the consumers who don't consume this particular. So this is where we have to rethink about how we can attract new viewer and newcomer to Egypt. Right now, we book everything online.
Yeah.
So if you want to book everything online, you should have a link to a proper video and a decent video. However, when you look at it, you'll realize that we admire others' experience. So if I have a video generated by an agency or a government, people will not appreciate it. They'll appreciate more a human experience. And this is where digital media, it changed the perspective, where we need to have decent experience, video shots of decent experience of audience. The idea of having a flagship researcher like Dr. Zai Hawass, or even the director of the pyramids area, having a flagship individuals who understand, who know the truth about the Egyptian and Egyptology, position them within this video was an amazing endorsement that we are in line. We shall promote our nation treasure using this approach.
And this is, I think, also can be a way to fight the rumors or the false media reports which may fill many of the media outlets about the Middle East and about Egypt. This is the practical answer with one of the biggest bloggers all over the world. He is here and he's safe and he's secured and he enjoyed every minute he had in Egypt, and particularly when it comes to El Giza Plateau. This is something, if you want to elaborate on that.
And you are absolutely correct, because when we talk about experience, his experience was unique. He arrived to Egypt, he was very welcomed, he went to different places. They opened for him access to unique areas which is, I don't believe the access is available to public, and also they start to release the secrets in a way. So this is to show his experience, and this is where people now are looking at in the digital media marketing arena. They don't look at what are we going for, they ask tourists over there how they were treated, what's their experience.
Yes.
And this is where it was a brilliant move, and we really enjoyed the videos, and we as Egyptians are actually looking at what does he know more than what we knew about our nation. Visitors who were in Egypt, and many of them are friends of us, they said, yeah, we would like to know now how we can access these unique locations. And one who doesn't know about Egypt too much and he does not have the anxiety or the will to come, I believe going through this experience will promote the visit to Egypt in a way. In particular, it comes with the opening of the Grand Museum.
Yeah,
Because
this was my common question regarding using this event or making the best use of the official inauguration of the Grand Egyptian Museum, which I'm always saying that it's going to be one of Egypt's gifts to humanity at large. Oh, how we can use digital media to promote more for the Grand Egyptian Museum in specific, and particularly to its official inauguration, which is going to take place in early July.
So, as we said, like having such a video and digital media presence, it generated a hype. So we shall continue doing the same hype. We shall have like every 2 to 3 weeks or a month, similar hype. The hype is not trying to get Mr. Beast again for different venue. This could be in a year. However, there are other bloggers, other influential who do have similar large audience and large followers. So we shall be able to invest in getting these individuals into access in specific areas. Egypt has lots of treasures. There are lots of, by the way, there are lots of pyramids actually. You drive by them on the highways, and we don't go to visit them because they are not on our map, but they are in the tourist map. Having different venues in like Luxor, like Aswan, position Egypt in this way is completely different. It provides a match between the government, by the way, and the vision of 2030, where we'll be a digital nation. We provide our knowledge in digital platform, not made by us, but there are others who come to beg us and request the access, and we grant the access. So this way it will become to say, this is the way to promote us as experience of living.
Sir, here I'm going to mention we mentioned the pros, let's mention some of the cons. Because unfortunately, when it comes to the content of digital media, it cannot be controlled that easy. How we can control what's being said about Egypt, or at least know well how to fight or to combat any negative things said about our country, because this is the word already, the image of a nation or shaping the image of a nation, it's very huge. It's a very huge term.
This is a very deep question in the area of online presence and digital media presence. And the more we produce with the proper message, and I'm saying not the correct one, I'm using the word proper message, the message which we want to say. The more we produce, it will evacuate and eject the other part which we don't produce. We cannot, in the new era, we cannot control. The control is not there. We want to manage, we can manage. How to manage? By releasing more and more and more information, releasing information in the same platforms with the same format. So when you look at different people claiming...
Let us stop here.
Okay.
The same format. Is it easy?
Is it easy if you collect heroes and individuals who would like to participate? If we get our youth to start to produce similar videos, maybe one of them will get the crowd behind them, will get the number of followers. If we try to use people who are not Egyptians to come here and facilitate to them access to produce videos. We can monitor a little bit, we cannot control it, but this will push the different message. Having the concept of controlling social media or controlling access is difficult, because on the other side of the ocean or on the other side of the Mediterranean Sea, you cannot control. You always can control what we have here. The best approach is to manage it by sending more and more from the same format. So they exist on what platform? We get content in the same platform. We get content pushing the proper message, the message which you would like to be said.
Then is it to say fight negative digital media with positive digital media?
Yes.
But
you can frame it in this way if you like.
Okay, great. But with who? I mean, who can do that? I mean, who can be able to send the message through a good or proper content, as you've kindly mentioned? Here we're talking about any youth. We're talking only about the big names, the public figures, those coming from outside Egypt, or Egyptians who really have millions of followers. I mean, let me give you an example. Is it be my son or Muhammad Salah, or both?
It has to be both. And the way it works, if you look at the Mr. Beast experience or experiment, I call it experiment because it's one of its kind. He was augmented by heroes and people who really know the proper message. A flagship like Zay Hawass, which is someone I really adore.
Sure.
And the way he speaks around the world is different. But if we have the right interpreters, if we do an arrangement where interpreters will come, because this interpreter exists in all areas, and they give interpretation, and I believe they have the proper message because they were trained to interpret these particular sites. So once we have augmentation of knowledgeable people and try to manage the content in this way, we can push more and more content. We look at Mohammed Salah and or Mo Salah as what we like to call him. He is a flagship. He is somebody somewhere else. But I'm looking for somebody like me, my qualification, who will come to visit this location. And he will come and say, oh, you know what? This is safe. Here you go. Here you manage your kids. I will follow. So this is where I see the big potential and the next opportunity.
Then every one of us has a role.
Every one of us has a role.
Dr. Wael, thank you very much for your input, sir, and have a very good day.
Thank you.
Well, simply every one of us has a role. And to Mr. Beast, well, you did great. We thank you very much. But also, you've enjoyed being in Egypt, in the cradle of civilization land. And enjoying the pyramids is something which I think is going to be for you forever an unforgettable experience. Right after the short break, I'm going to be back with more. Stay tuned.